Hey, my Forest family, how y'all doing today? Today is Monday, December the 30th. Y'all, we got one more day till um, New Year's Eve is tomorrow. New Year's Day is actually the next day. Um, so today, you guys, we're gonna talk about going through a breakup again. Um, just to update y'all on a few things. I told you I've been going through with my fiance for like the last maybe 2 months or so. Um, we finally decided to call it quits after about 2 years and 12 months of being back together. For those of you who don't know, we met back in 2016 after my daughter's biological father went to jail. We met 8 months after that. My daughter was about 8 months old at the time. And so we met each other. A lady that lived out there where I live, who is no longer here now, introduced us actually. And she was telling him, that's you're going to be your girlfriend, your wife, y'all going to have a baby, this and that, this and that, this and that. And mind you, I wasn't paying no attention or whatever you want to call it, because she was what was it called? A tarot reader, where they read cards and stuff like that. And they tell you like the future, the past, or whatever, and the present. I'm not saying I don't believe in it. It's just not something that's my preference per se. But she said that to him, whatever. So I walked up in my dress that I had on. I was pregnant with my second child at the time. We got to talking, got to know each other. About 6 months later, we made it official. Around February 2016, on the 17th, was the actual day we started dating. We've been off and on ever since then. I think this is the longest we've been together since we've known each other. You all know we've been knowing each other for about almost 9-10 years, almost a decade, basically. And I feel that he's been wanting to leave for whatever reason. And last night was kind of just, what, baby?
What is this?
Go play, okay? Last night was the last straw for me. He was talking stuff about other stuff that had nothing to do with me, and I kind of just went off. Those of you who know, I do have a different side to me. I call her Riffany. She's not a person that I typically like to bring out per se. I don't have a different personality or nothing like that. I just named her that. I named her that a long time ago. She's a person that I try to not show at all around my kids, or even when my kids aren't around, or when they are around. I try not to do that type of thing because I have children that I have to live for and survive for. And so I kind of keep that part of me hid as much as possible. But I think it's just a buildup of everything that we done been through in the last 2 years. But here recently, we've been through a lot more recently than the last 2 years. And I feel like he was taking advantage of me in a sense, because he was always borrowing money from me. He was always doing something that I didn't like, or saying something I didn't like, or yelling and screaming at the kids for whatever reason, because he was, our son was running around, or because he was screaming and crying and this and that and the other, whatever you want to call it. But my thing is, like, don't get mad at me because your life is in shambles. Don't get mad at me because you ain't got no money. Don't be mad at me because you got to get back on disability because you can't find a job, or because a job won't hire you, or you stick at a job 10 months or 2 days or whatever it is. That's not my fault. That's your own problem. That's your own stuff you got to deal with on your own. Your mental, whatever you're going through mental, don't take it out on your kids and your woman. That's not a good thing to do. That's most people's problem, that they go through stuff in their own mental mind, and they like to take it out on others that have nothing to do with that for whatever particular reason. And I was kind of just telling him off all night last night. Like I was just done. Like he stuck a fork in me, and that was that. Because y'all, I was telling y'all the other day, like he's been sick for like maybe like 4 days to almost a week, maybe a week and a half. And I've been sick for like maybe 2.5 days, 3 days, 4 days, something like that. And I feel like whatever he was going through, as far as being sick or whatever, he was taking that on everybody. Not having no money, he was taking that out on everybody and other stuff. And before we had our son, I told him, like, I'm not gonna put you on child support. I don't expect you to pay child support. I don't expect you to spend money on our son. I'll take care of him by myself. It's okay. I don't need your money to do anything with. Because mind y'all, I got a job a whole month ago. And I've been on my job 2 months, almost 3 months. It'll be 3 months next month. And stuff like that. And I missed work yesterday because I was really, really sick. And like all that day I was just like sick. My stomach was messing up and stuff like that. He never once said, hey, you okay, you alright, checked on me, nothing. And so that gave me the idea of what was going on mentally, physically, and emotionally. I felt like I was being humiliated in a sense. He would talk down to me, he would be humiliating towards me. Like he would get mad at the kids about stupid stuff, get mad at me about stupid stuff, whether it was stuff that made sense or not made sense. You can get tired of, verbal abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, anything, any type of abuse. You can get tired at some point. And the person within person knowing me for a certain amount of time, they know what I went through already. And by them not making my life any better than what it should be is wrong on their part. Because I told him last night before he left, I'm like, don't get mad at me because you ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. That's not my fault. It's not my fault that you paying over $100 for child support for your oldest son and our son. That don't got nothing to do with me because I told you not to do that anyway. But you went on down to wherever you went to put yourself on child support. That's your responsibility for 18 years. That's not my fault. Like I said, you could have kept your apartment. You could have kept living where you was living and all that stuff and doing what you wanted to do and all that stuff. But it's not my fault that you gave up your apartment to come live with me. I asked you to. You know what I'm saying? But don't make it seem like I'm the target, I'm the enemy, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm doing this and I'm not doing that, and all this and this and that, and stuff like that, y'all. Like, he will argue just about the little bittiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. And I'm the type of person, like, I don't like to argue, I don't like to fuss, I don't like to fight, I don't like to nitpick, I don't like to argue about stuff that makes sense or don't make sense, whether it's something that makes sense to me or not. I'm not going to argue about it because I'm too old and I'm too grown, and I've been through enough of life to, let a situation go. When I'm done with it, I'm done with it. I'm not going to keep on saying the same thing. And I done talk to you about, intimacy. I done talk to you about, loving me right, take care of me, taking care of the kids, doing right by the kids, doing right by me or whatever, and you steady want to keep on doing the opposite of what you say you're going to do. So, and I'm like, I'm going to need you to watch your son a couple of days because I got to go to work. I said it cuz got to watch him, that's fine. But think of it as, he's not just my responsibility, he's your responsibility too. So don't just make it seem like I'm just supposed to be responsible for him and for her. You raised her, so she is also your responsibility. Just because her dad is deceased does not mean she's still your responsibility, because you do stuff for her just as much as you do for him and your other son, because he was making it seem like the kids and me was making his life a lot more difficult than what it should be. And I said, hon, the only person that's making your life difficult is yourself. You're doing it to yourself because that's what you choose to do. You're not making your own life any easier, any harder than what it should be, because you trying to make your life harder than what it already is, and you can't force that on somebody. They don't have nothing to do with that. I understand that he went through racism and classism and eroticism and all that stuff. I get that. But, there's people that's been racist towards me. There's people that have done stuff to me that I don't think about. Like, whatever they did is what they did. I don't dwell on stuff like that, because life's too short to be mad about stuff that people did to you. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no sense to keep on being mad about it, because it don't get you anywhere. But he's the type of person, he likes to be mad. He likes to stay mad. I'm not that type of person. I'm a nice, humble, kind, caring, loving, intelligent person. I'm not finna keep being mad with people. If I'm mad at you, I might be mad at you for a minute. You mean, maybe a day, a couple days, maybe a week or two. But after that, I'm going to be done being mad about it, because ain't no sense in me keep being mad. I'm going to forgive you and keep on going with my life, whether you decide to forgive me or not. Because y'all, I was telling y'all a couple years ago, he tried to say, I slept with a person I never slept with. I did a lie detector test, and I told him, I said, look, if I do this and it comes back that I told the truth the whole entire time, you gonna look stupid. And I did it for me. I never told him I did it. And I did it for me, and I told the truth. So now he looks dumb. So, the thing is, when you constantly accuse somebody of something they're not doing, in your mind, that makes you think that they're doing it, basically, in a sense. Because I'm not saying he physically did cheating. I'm not saying he wanted to cheat, or he could have cheated, or whatever. If you wanted to cheat, you could have cheated. No problem. Like, I'm not a jealous type of woman. If you feel like there's something out there better for you, that's better than me, go find it. Go look for it. Because I'm not looking for shit no more. I'm gonna let the man find me. I'm not looking for nothing. Because that's a lot of men and women's problem. We tend to get in relationships that we have no business being in, or we do have business being in. That's a short period, or short term, or for a season, or for a decade, or for a lifetime. We got to know the difference. And I say to people all the time that are in relationships, or that have got out of relationships, or have been through what I've been through, a lot of back and forth, to be careful who you date, be careful who you love, be careful who you take care of, be careful who you do things for, and also be careful who you have children by, because every person's not the right person to have children with. He said something last night that really rubbed me the wrong way, and my son was in the house for a couple seconds, and he got mad and was just like, oh, you shouldn't leave him in the house, da 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 da. But, leave me here. I'm like, he's 3 years old. Leave him in the house for 4 or 5 seconds. It's not going to hurt. Or whatever you want to call it. He's like, you don't need no MF and child and da da da. I said, whatever you think, and if that's what you think, that's what you think. That's your business to think. You can think the worst of me, the best of me. I don't really care at this point anymore. And I said to him last night, I said, good luck living in your car. Good luck. Have a good life. Good luck having to pee in a bucket and throw it out of no window. Find you somewhere to go. But I know your family not going to deal with you because of the way you are, And the reason, I think a lot of the reason why his family don't deal with him, because he's so paranoid. He's paranoid about everything. He gets mad about everything. Everything somebody says or does or doesn't do, he gets mad. He wants everything his way or the highway. And that's his main problem. And he's going to get himself in trouble. He's going to get himself locked up. Or he's going to get himself, off, because he's just mad about stuff that happened 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 13, 16 years ago that you shouldn't even be mad about. I understand a person being mad about something for a short period, but being still mad about it, and it happened when you were like 15, 16, 17 years old, and you 30 some years old and you still mad about something like that, like, you need help. You need God. You need Jesus. You need therapy. Because this is not it. I'm not going to continue to suffer because of you. I'm not going to continue to let my kids suffer because of you. I'm not going to let you scream and yell at my kids all day for just being kids. They're kids. They're going to run around. They're going to play. They're going to cry. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do things that we don't like or we do like or whatever it is. They're kids. They're developing their own personality. You know, if there's something my son did or my daughter did, then I'll tell them, like, hey, don't do that. Stop doing that. They keep on, then I put them in the corner and make them sit down. Not my 3-year-old, but my 8-year-old. I just tell my son, no, no, no. And I make them sit down with me. I don't spank them. I don't whoop them. I don't do anything to make them feel unloved or uncared about or unappreciated. But he was the total opposite. He was whipping the kids and spanking the kids. Like, most of the time it's for no reason at all. For them just running around screaming. Like, why you gonna spank a kid for screaming? Because they screaming? Because they crying? Because you don't know what's wrong with them? Y'all, we went to Michigan one day and Corey started crying out of nowhere and I didn't know what was wrong with him. I thought maybe, it's because he was still sick or whatever. And after a while, he just kept on, kept on, kept on. Then when we got home, he kept on doing it too. I'm like, oh, well, he must be sick or something. So, mind you, he was still sick or whatever. I gave him 2 melatonin and I said, come on, get up here and lay down. So, in about maybe 2.5, 3 hours, he finally went to sleep. And I said, that's what it was. I said, you can't be screaming and hollering at him like that and make it seem like it's okay. That's not okay. You don't do that to kids. Like, I didn't have a life because of you. I didn't have a friend because of you. I didn't have family because of you. I didn't have anybody because you didn't want me to have friends. You didn't want me to have associates. You didn't want me to have family. You didn't want to have people that helped me, that wanted to be there and understand and love and take care and be honest. Like, you just wanted me to lean on you for everything when I can't lean on you to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even pay your child support because you said you can't afford it. Like, you got a car you can't even afford. Like, come on, bro. Like, make it make sense. Like, because I helped pay your car payment, your insurance, your cell phone bill, I done did more for you this last 2 to 3 years than you done did for me. If you want to be technically correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people need to come correct on their information when it comes to certain things because I speak facts. I don't speak what I don't know. I speak what I do know. And that being most women's problem, they take care of men so long to where they don't get time to take care of themselves. And I'm like, I haven't had time to take care of myself. I haven't had time to get my hair done, get my nails done, and toes done, and buy myself an outfit or some shoes or socks or panties or bras or whatever, or take myself out to dinner, just me, whatever you want to call it. No, I don't get to do stuff like that. I have kids. Like, if I didn't have kids, then I would do stuff like that more often, but I can't expect people to watch my kids every day, every moment, every minute, every second of the day. Because they have lives just as much as I do. So let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think he was right? Do y'all think he was wrong? Do y'all think he was being selfish? Let me know. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.